everyone. Welcome to Pop Run Radio. We're here with our mother dear.
Who's got a book on her shoulder.
Guess what the podcast is about today?
If you're listening, she literally has her book sitting on her shoulder for the YouTube, like it's a parrot. Shameless product placement.
It looks like a parrot on her shoulder.
But you know what? It's our podcast. We can do whatever we want.
Just put it there and it happened to stick.
With those luscious bosoms, now wouldn't it?
Yeah, my luscious bosoms just hold it right up. They're so luscious. The AAA. They're a good shelf.
Book on the shelf or elf on the shelf?
Okay.
It made me laugh. I coughed.
So, how is everybody?
Very good.
This is our mother Jill, back by popular demand. Somebody on Friday said her favorite episodes are the ones with you, while I was at physical therapy.
Well, duh. I'm the mama.
I'm
the mama of
you're
you.
the reason we exist.
I am. I grew you in my belly.
Yes, ma'am. So how was your week, everybody? Talk to me.
Been sick. I can't get over my cough. Ugh,
Came to a lot of hours of games with me this week.
yes.
Did you go up to Blue Ridge?
Yeah. Blue Ridge game was so funny because they put Kellen, Liam's friend, that's the manager, in
It
for
made
the
me
last.
so happy.
I don't think we've ever cheered harder at a JV game. We were all on our feet. We were all crying. He had 11 points.
Are you
He
kidding
made
me?
three
He kept draining
threes.
threes.
He
Well,
made
not
three
draining.
threes.
I shouldn't say draining. He banked a
Banked.
couple.
Threes.
I love it because his whole team gets so fired up for
Oh,
him.
I was
Asher,
crying.
the
I was
varsity
crying.
team. The varsity team was literally on the floor. They were so
And
excited.
a two. He made three threes and a two in a few minutes.
Yeah, in just a couple minutes.
Well, I'm glad Jessie was there because she passed me when I was coming home from work up
Yeah,
there.
Jesse and Jared were there. And they were wheezing.
I was crying. Yeah, I thought he was so happy. He was just.
He's always that happy. That's what's the best about him.
I thought I want to be that happy all my life. He couldn't wipe the smile off his face.
Oh, we had the whole Blue Ridge team as happy as we were.
Yeah.
Which was funny because then we're playing the varsity game and, we're winning by 20, 25 or whatever it was. And so we started getting a little silly. But their team started getting a little silly too, which was bugging their coach because their coach was like, this isn't the Harlem Globetrotters. Like, be
Focus.
serious about
They
it.
started just cherry picking.
Everyone just started doing silly things and their team was getting into it just
That's
as
what we
much.
did at the end of the Sholo game this week too, though.
I know, but it's like their team should still keep trying to
Yeah.
win, but they were like matching our energy.
Well, the Sholo crowd was chanting Liam, so
Yeah, their whole crowd was cheering for our team too.
Liam.
It
That was
so
cute.
good.
Yes, Liam got chanted by the Sholo team. I
That
said,
was
"Who
cute.
was that?" He's like, "I think it was this girl Mariah that he's been Snapchatting started it." I'm like, "Mm-hmm."
Ooh.
But that was cute because the Sholos crowd started chanting for Liam to get into the
That was
game.
cute.
Yeah, and then since Liam dyed his hair blonde, I was driving home from Paula's yesterday and could see Liam and Kellen walking from 3 blocks away because of
Yeah.
their blonde heads in the
Platinum,
twilight.
Platinum.
Literally, it was like a beacon of light guiding
Milo
me
came
home.
home yesterday from Friday school with all his friends and was like, let's dye my hair like everybody else. And I was all, number one, I'm not going to Walmart to buy dye.
Right?
I'm like, we'll talk after spring break, like during spring break. Why are you thinking I'm going to take you and your 10 friends to Walmart to buy hair dye so that I can spend my Friday afternoon dyeing your hair? Absolutely not.
Hit up Brinley Jones. That's who did the My Boys. Like, hit up somebody who was willing to do that because we're not.
Laura can really come over.
Yes, absolutely. Brinley was so cute at the game. She was like, "I'm so sorry. His hair looked so bad." And I'm like, "It's not your fault. He wanted it. And number 2, you actually made it look better than it was. So
Yeah.
you're great. You're great."
And we dyed our hair every color. We can't
I
complain.
said that. I said, "Look, I've done so many stupid things to my hair. I'm not one to talk."
We've gone all over the rainbow, you and I.
Literally, pink, black, red, blonde, you name it.
Same.
I've been there.
We're back to our roots.
I'm back to my roots. Not. I'm back to my childhood, but they're not my roots anymore. They're just my fake roots.
You're back to Hazel's roots.
Yes, yes. We had senior night for basketball.
Which Paula did amazing on that.
Yes, I thought it was amazing. They felt like it was Christmas. He came home after the game and opened up that bag like it was Christmas Day.
It's probably more than they would get for Christmas. Let's
What
be
was in
honest.
there? What was in there?
It was like a really nice duffel bag, like a
That one was
Nike
my choice. Thank you.
and
A pair of shoes.
a pair of shoes. They each got to
Shoes?
choose their own pair of shoes.
And
Yeah,
a hydro jug.
and
Two.
a hydro jug too, because another friend got them all hydro jugs.
Wow.
And then,
Wow.
yeah, and then
Some
another friend
candy.
got them some candy and stuff. So
Holy moly.
I know.
it was amazing. They were lucky. And they had balloons, and it was.
I
a
don't
big
think I
deal.
even had a senior night.
Absolutely.
I didn't even get
Cheer
to walk
did
out
not.
and wave.
Cheer was like second class citizens. I
I
mean,
still might be.
yeah, no,
To our school.
No,
I think they're awesome.
no senior night for Joaquina.
Well, my kids all quit their junior year, so that worked
You never
out.
had a
I never
senior
had
night.
one.
Nice, thanks, kids.
Maybe Milo will pull through for me.
Asher's been so fun to watch play because he's so good.
Yeah,
He's just a beast underneath
And he's
the
so
basket.
casual.
Yeah, he's not.
He'll just score and keep running back down
He's just,
with his arms hanging.
yeah, he's just like,
Monkey
and
arms.
he'll hit the floor so hard, and it's just like when he was a little kid, and he'll say, "I hurt myself again."
Pop
I hurt myself again, Mom. I hurt myself.
That's our favorite line in our house.
Mom,
for
Mom,
Asher.
Mom. I hurt myself again.
He just will hit the floor so hard and just get up and
Well,
keep
David had him
running.
convinced he was going to be a stuntman,
And a
and a
baker.
baker when he grew up. Now he's changing his mind, and we're trying to
No.
get Nico to agree. He's not agreeing.
He would always say, "I'm going to be a stunt man and a baker," because he did make roles with me from a very young age. So
Yeah, he did.
He's fun. He's really fun. He's really good.
I
Yes,
hope
we
that
are.
they just go far. I hope that they shock the world and just make it all the way. It would just be amazing because I want that for Asher for his senior year.
It'd be so
I
fun.
Because this is the
too.
only sport he's done for a while.
And
so-
they won region,
Yeah, they're the region champs.
and that's the first time in how many years?
I think Caden. I think they won it his junior year.
But that's still been a few years, 4
It's
years.
been a while. But overall, just for him, just how much he loves it, how hard he's worked, how much time he put in.
And he
How much
refs
he
the
cares
little
about the
kids
whole
in his
team.
Berks.
Yeah.
I went there today and he was reffing Milo just
In
in
his
his Berks.
Berks.
I'm all,
I know.
how's that working for you? I can tell you're really into this reffing if you're wearing those, not running.
Did he do a good job?
Did a good job.
Okay.
Reffing in his Berks.
JoJo kept talking to Milo.
Cute.
Shoot a 3. And he's like, I can't shoot a 3. My grandpa will take me out. We're not allowed to shoot 3s.
Yes. Yes. Do what your coach tells you to do.
So
I've been crocheting again, like a mad woman. Working through a lot of my own emotions / making everyone's presents this year. Because, everyone does birthdays in my friend group so intensely, and I love that. But I'm like, okay, I literally each present I'm making is taking at least 20 hours. So I hope my friends like their presents.
Well, don't worry about your friends. Worry about your mama.
Did I crochet you a blanket? Yes, I did.
Yes, you did.
It's sitting at your house.
your mama, you're last on the list. Jackie's next. Then me, then you.
I know.
Yeah.
So you bought you one thing.
She
for
showed it
you.
to me in
Really?
Blue Ridge. It was adorable. Yeah.
Oh, I already have one thing for Jackie.
I think
birthday.
Jackie doesn't know what she wants. She might want a trip.
I already purchased one thing, so.
I don't know what I want.
I have your birthday off. Let's go on the trip to the valley.
Is it spring break?
No.
No, good. Good. Let's do. I would love that.
Girls
We
trip.
haven't had a girls' trip forever.
We haven't had anything forever. All I've been doing is basketball and babies and kids and
We haven't done anything forever.
Mm-mm.
Let's do it.
something.
Something.
I shouldn't admit this because it's kind of a naughty show, but I've been watching Shrinking and bawling my eyes out the whole season 2.
I haven't watched season 2 yet.
What is it?
It's
Shrinking.
the-
It's about the shrinks,
It's the Harrison Ford. Is it
the
Harrison Ford?
therapists. Yeah.
I haven't watched.
Yes,
I
you
haven't even heard
have.
of it.
I bet you see it and remember because
No,
it's
no,
hilarious.
no. I'm not that forgetful yet. I haven't.
Dad might disapprove. It's pretty. There's no nudity, but there's language and a little bit of like raunchy talk. But
It's a therapist.
they're
It's-
therapists, but they're talking about how all therapists are just as screwed up. Like you can't really offer therapy unless you've been through stuff. Honestly, it's reality. And so they talk about their own screwed up lives, but then they're also very good therapists. But like
You would
the
get a
best-
kick out of it.
the
being a
best
therapist.
the best therapist in the practice is Harrison Ford. He's the oldest, but he has a horrible relationship with his dad. He basically he basically has a very passing relationship with his daughter, and he feels horrible about that. And then he finds out he has Parkinson's, and then the other one just lost his wife, and then the other one has daddy issues. Like all the 3 therapists
What's it
themselves.
on?
It's on Apple TV.
Apple.
The 3 therapists themselves have their own personal stuff, but they show that And I love season 2 is kind of showing, look,
I loved
they
season 1.
oh my gosh, season 2 they're talking about like the people who you think should be struggling, you can see it, it's outward, but then there's people that are struggling that no one knows about. And I was like, the whole thing, I'm just crying my eyes out. I don't know why it's hitting me so hard, but it's
Probably because you're in therapy.
and probably that, but just basically how we all could use, you know,
Therapy.
yeah, we all could
Truth.
use a little
And how
bit
we
of
all
help.
handle everything so different.
Truth is that is true.
Yeah, and
True
just,
that.
it's just I hadn't watched season 2
I
at
haven't
all.
either.
I
And
haven't
so
even heard of this show.
So you need to
Wow.
watch it. It's so
That's
good.
something to look forward to.
it's definitely like they like pride themselves on being new age, like, you know, it's okay, our kids are having sex or blah 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 stuff I obviously don't agree in, but the core message of it, I was actually crying actual tears, but I never cry anymore.
No,
So that's how good it was.
I better watch it tonight.
Anyway, yeah, what else going on this week?
I can't take anything serious with her book on her shoulder. Just acting like it's normal. I just remembered when I looked over at you. And it re-cracked me up.
Look, I have a book right here that says books with a heart, so that's your Valentine heart. No, the other, your book.
And your book is your heart.
On my bosom.
Your book.
Oh.
We just talked about it, Mother.
Oh.
All right, let's get a grip. Megan, do some ads
Okay.
for us.
When I lose my everlasting mind, I'm just going to be good entertainment for you. That's
Yeah.
Well, you were when I helped you clean up your chocolate chip mouth at Blue Ridge. I was entertained a bit. Or no, chocolate ice cream.
oh yeah, we were sitting in the game, and she said, "Mom, we had driven through Culver's and gotten a scoop of that custard, and and I had just thoroughly enjoyed my scoop.
Yeah.
And in fact, that's the last thing I've eaten that even tastes good to me." And she's like, "Mom, you have chocolate in both corners of your mouth."
I helped her get cleaned up.
And I said, "Well, I really
Pull
did.
your wipes out.
I really did enjoy that scoop of ice cream." And I said,
That sounds so good
"What
right
is
now.
my life coming to when I have chocolate in the corners?"
You just have to look at it like, look how much I enjoyed this ice cream. And I kind of want ice cream now.
That sounds so good.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
I am starving.
Me too.
Are you guys going out after this
I
or
haven't
something?
eaten today. I've had a pop.
We don't do the podcast on an empty stomach. We all know that that's a bad idea. Look how Jackie is when she's on an empty stomach. I had to make sure John fed me before I came, or else I would
Baby
not
turkey?
have been.
I've had
No.
a pop. That is it. And
Well, Megan, give us our ads.
Okay. This week's episodes are brought to you by Furniture Gallery. Join us this winter by cozying up in bed, sofa, or chair sold from the Furniture Gallery. It's open in Arizona and New Mexico. Follow Furniture Gallery Inc. on Instagram to stay up to date with all their great deals. And they do deliver. Double Cuddle Swaddle. It's a genius idea Darcy had, a sweet baby girl who wasn't sleeping and was breaking out her swaddle. So she got inspired to make something better, and this is made from bamboo and spandex, which is breathable so that you don't have to worry about overheating the baby. And her TikTok is double.cuddle, and her web page is doublecuddle.com. Also, Rogue Salon. Rogue is located in Snowflake, salon that provides it all. They have lash services, nails, and hair. Go stop by Rogue Salon to check out what hair products they have in stock as well. Follow them on Rogue Salon Spa on Instagram. And Carly is our girl who does our hair. She does extensions, colors, and cuts. Follow her to book her with Your Hair Girl Carly, Karlee. Couple more. I'm getting a mouthful here. J&K Nursery.
Yeah.
Starting planning this year. They're doing only custom orders, so you must pay half down in order to order, and then half when you pick up. Call or text our dad Kim at 928-457-7622. And last but not least, Sister Selling Arizona. We are buyers and sellers agents, and we would love to help you. Call or text Megan at 928-243-0000.
And also, Primal Queen. You guys, the stuff I linked before, use my link to order your Primal Queen. It's beef organs, but all the good stuff, even the beef uterus, which sounds disgusting, but it's all ground up. You don't taste it. It has absolutely no flavor. It's amazing. I feel like it's detoxing me out / helping me sleep / helping with my hormones and my energy. I haven't had hot flashes since I started taking it, and
Really?
yep, Everyone just click the link.
All right.
Or I should say night sweats. I don't necessarily have hot flashes as bad as you are, but I'm getting night sweats, and
Me
I haven't
too.
had it since I've started taking
So
it.
this is news to me. I did not know this.
That we get night sweats.
No, that you're taking this.
It's a beef organ supplement, which is what everyone should be taking. It's very, very good for you to take these beef organs, and like nobody wants to.
No one wants to cut the beef up and
You have to,
blend them in your
no,
blender.
but you have to click on the link that we'll provide, because that's what takes you through my account to do it. So
Yeah.
please do that for me. And yeah, you guys.
And last but not least, our shoe drive for
yes,
SI.
the shoe drive for Carly's school.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone take your gently used shoes.
I send a whole
I have a-
laundry basket.
I have one
full
ready to go
of
too.
very gently used shoes. I shocked myself how many I.
Could
Good.
Kim
send
was very pleased with me.
I bet.
to be able to donate.
He likes
awesome.
me to purge.
So we can
Everything.
get back in the closet.
Yes.
I love it. So this week we're talking about our mother's book, Sand Beneath My Feet.
Back on the shoulder.
Yes. Let me see. Do I have a list of the questions you're going to be asking?
Yes.
Hold on. Go ahead and start. with-
All right. We just thought of some questions that we are curious about when writing a book. So, Mom, we'll start with what inspired you to write the book?
Okay. I woke up at 3:00 the last 2 nights and I've thought about these questions. I wrote this book several years ago. It was intended to be part of a series.
Well, don't jump ahead. That's another one of my questions.
Oh, okay. I've always wanted to write a book. When I was growing up, we lived about a mile out of town of Snowflake, and just because we lived that far out of town, we didn't have reception for TV. So my parents, I read every book that they had in their bookcase. They had a ton of those Reader Digest condensed books.
Yeah.
I read every one that they had. I read my mom's ASU yearbook. I knew in the 50s what clubs were in ASU. I read a ton. In the summer, I would sit on the front porch of my parents' house. I wanted my legs to be tan, so I would wear these cut-off jeans I had and sit my top of my, I didn't care about anything with my legs, but I'd sit my top of my body in the shade, my legs in the sun until they could get tan. And I would read, and my legs would get really tan. And I just read all summer long. I tried to hide from my mom because I was the oldest girl of 9 kids.
So you'd be working.
I'd be trying to hide from my mom because she needed me so bad. But I read a ton, and so because I read a lot, I wanted to write, and so that's
interesting. I read a lot, but I have zero desire to write.
uh,
That's why I wanted to know where the disconnect was.
I always wanted to write a book.
I think people who have the desire have had it for a long time.
Yeah, I've always wanted to.
Do you have a desire to write a book?
Not really. I have a couple ideas floating around my mind that I think would make a good book, but I don't see myself like that's not one of my
Like you didn't grow
passions.
up
Like
with
I
it?
have to do, yeah. Like which is interesting because when I was in 5th grade, remember I wanted to be a poet when I grew up. I mean, I was a writer. I was a writer all through grade school, but it's just not really. And granted, it's hard for me to think of anything I really want to do right now because I'm just surviving raising children again.
Mhm.
Like I have no real. What does Jackie need? It's just what is happening next with the babies and
Your
the
life has no
teenagers.
gift. Your life has no plan.
Thank you. I am in absolute survival mode. So maybe I'll want to write again when they're in school. I don't know.
You're a good writer.
You are.
I do know how to write, and I do like I read so much that I have a lot of good ideas. But it's right now it's not in my cards because if I have a second, I'm going to do something that's
but it's
easy
not
to
something
do.
you've been dreaming of.
Yeah, like crochet or something that I can do mindlessly.
Yeah.
Writing would be like I would be like a tortured writer. I would become obsessed with it.
Any writer's tortured. It's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard work.
It's hard work and just I think it would consume me. And anyway, where did you get your information and research from? Oh wait, back up.
Oh, you jumped like 10 questions.
Were any of the characters based on real people or were they all made up?
You know, when I grew up and went to high school in Snowflake, there was a Native American dormitory where kids would come during the week and live off the reservation and live during the week. And then go back on the reservation on the weekends. Now there's not one, but I worked at Holbrook High School for 3 years as a counselor, and they still had one. And
Do they still do it? You know?
yeah, they still have one. And Holbrook High School is 67% Native American, and so it was very interesting to me to do counseling in that school. And I had a lot of Native American friends when I went to high school. I wouldn't say it was super close, but I had some in my classes that we were very friendly with each other. And
So from when you wanted to write a book when you were young, or did the idea of having it be based off that come later?
you know what? It's really stupid to write a book about
Not your culture.
not your culture. And when I first wrote this book, it was about it. There wasn't a white girl in the book, and I submitted it to a contest, a children's book contest, an adolescent contest, and I got in the top 25, and it was one of the best days of my
I
life.
remember that very well.
I was so happy, and then they whittled it down to the top 5, and I didn't make the top 5, but I figured I had something there if it was good enough to make the top 25. But I thought, I got to make this, it's not real enough. I got to put a white girl in there because I got to give it a voice that's more authentic.
Yeah.
So I rewrote the whole thing with a white girl. It's kind of a love triangle. And I rewrote the whole thing, and
You got an editor a few times.
yeah, I had it professionally edited twice, and Kim graduated in English with his bachelor's degree, and he edited it numerous times for grammar. And
I love it. Where'd you get your information? You researched. You had a guy that helped you a lot.
I worked when I became a counselor. I worked for LDS Family Services for a while, and there was a Navajo counselor that worked there that I'm still good friends with, and also so I got information from him, but also one of my best friend's husband, Joe Papa, was raised in Chinle. And so he would tell stories about growing up on the reservation.
So you got some stuff from him too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you got a good idea of it working over there for all those years?
You know,
Or
like I
just the
said,
surface?
it's not smart. Probably wasn't smart to write about a culture that I'm not from. But I skimmed the surface of.
Yeah.
I skimmed the surface of. I know stuff about ceremonies, and you know, I knew what it was like for Navajo kids to come in from the reservation. It was Navajo kids mainly, some Apache kids, but mostly by far Navajo kids. And I learned a lot about Navajo kids coming in from the reservation, and I learned quite a bit about their ceremonies and what their culture was like. And I love their culture. There's so many good things about their culture. There's hard things about their culture too, but of course I love their jewelry.
Yeah, I think we're definitely growth influenced on all sides by the reservations that just border us all, and
Mm-hmm.
go to school and stuff. Having that part of it, but
Okay, fantasy. How did you become fantasy? This doesn't seem like something you've ever read or been a part of.
I haven't been a fantasy reader, and it's not really what I'd consider fantasy because the stuff that's in there, Navajos wouldn't consider fantasy.
it's reality.
Skinwalkers and things, it's part of their culture.
Yeah.
To us, it would be more like fantasy, but for them, it's part of their culture. It's real. And to the perspective of the white girl that's in the story, to her it was probably fantasy, but to them it's not one bit.
Yeah, you're right.
So
I need to remember that because my least favorite genre is YA, and then my second least favorite genre is fantasy. So I think internally I turned it off before I even started it, and that's not good. I need to go into it that it isn't really fantasy. It's culture. It's it's
Culture.
lore. It's myth, or not myth. It's legend.
You
It's
know,
legend and lore.
I was
so.
reading on Amazon that it's the 119th for book for Native American in on Amazon. It's probably only 120.
Still, who cares?
That's cool. I
But-
didn't know that.
Well, I just read that. I didn't know it either. But
I think everyone needs to order it.
I do too.
Let's link it so that everyone can read it.
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Okay, here's my question, because I was gonna send it to a few Bookstagram people, but then I was scared, like, what if their feedback was negative? Do you? That would be hard. That's probably why I haven't written a book. I don't want anyone's opinion on my
I
writing.
have had one lady be negative with me, but everybody else has been really positive. Everybody.
Well, that's not Bookstagram. Bookstagram's a whole new dragon.
Oh, people are very, very, very truthful with how they
Yeah, and that's a reality.
feel. Mm-hmm.
That's a reality. And you know, you can edit till the cows come home, and people are still going to find some mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I have had a professional guy that I paid buku bucks to edit it twice, and he not only edited it for grammar but for content as well,
Mm-hmm.
about things that didn't make sense to him.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Ernest Hemingway wrote one of the endings of his book 50 times.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't put that kind of effort into this. I mean, I put a ton of effort into this. I rewrote it and rewrote it and rewrote it, but I mean, I think the great authors put more effort into their books by far. But you know, people can put. You know, this isn't like one of the greats. It's not at all. It's just a YA. It's just a YA. Not. I'm not setting it up as his Jane Austen or anything at all. It's just not a light read, but it's just.
It's young adult for sure.
Yeah, it's a young adult. But you know, if it's a good novel, people like a young adult novel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, mid-grade is my favorite genre in the world. Mid-grade, like a good solid. Before you get to the YA, because in this day and age, people take YA and it's not YA; it's adult. It's stupid. So.
You know,
but
well,
so I do think this could almost be
well,
even
YA
mid-grade.
is mid-grade now.
Yeah, David thinks
know?
it's more than YA when he read it to Milo.
He thinks it's adult.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're a little too deep for mid-grade. I'd probably be awesome at mid-grade because I'm so shallow.
Yeah, yours is very deep for a.
Is it? You
YA.
think?
It's
Okay.
a good story. I think the YA will like it. I just.
Well,
Okay.
YA, I mean, YA is reading like the likes of Hunger Games. You know what I
True,
mean?
true.
So this is YA in that
Okay.
sense.
So it's supposed to be a series. You know, we're going to talk about it. What's your plans?
Do you regret doing a series? I don't think I'd ever
Kind
attempt
of.
a series.
Kind of, because now it puts the burden on my back to keep writing for a series.
Maybe
and
that's
I
why
don't-
you did it originally, though.
I don't know if I want to attempt it again. I've tried. I've started again. But I'm working on other things that are more interesting to me that I want to. I've been working on other stuff. And,
What have you been working on? Because you stunned my text the other day when I asked about one of your ventures. Completely snubbed it.
I've been working on 3 little novellas of 3 generations, kind of loosely based on my great grandparents that met on a boat coming from Sweden. That's as far as it's based on a couple that came from Sweden, met on a boat. And then our next door neighbor, her husband was a POW and went on the Bataan Death March and was a prisoner of war in World War II. And he died a couple of years before we moved into our home, and she was our neighbor died a few years ago. And it's very, very loosely based on when he came home from.
Okay.
It's not based on their lives at all. It's just that premise right
that
there.
got you the idea. Yeah.
And
Okay.
it's just 3 little novellas based on 3 generations of family,
That's cool.
and that's what I've been working on. So they're not related at all.
But like, who's giving you this deadline to make you have to do a second one? Who cares? It's
Yeah,
like
that's what I
if you don't
figure.
want to write it, don't write it. Pursue your other things, and maybe
You might
someday
come back
you
to
might
it.
come back to it.
Yeah. I mean, I like poetry too. Like when Abe died that day, I wrote a poem for Abe, and
You should show it to me.
I
You never
I
have.
will. I never have because
Well, I want to see that.
I want to dig it out and read it. I
Do.
haven't even had the courage to even dig it out and read it
Yeah, I would. Yeah, pull it
because I
out.
would be so emotional about it. It's about holding his foot and
Mhm.
trying to keep it warm.
Mm.
I was the only one in the room with him after a while, and I was trying to keep his foot warm.
So that's what the poem's about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should pull it
Yeah,
out.
you need to find that.
But
I was gonna be a poet. That's the best part. Remember the mother poem I wrote you?
yes, I loved it.
I have one poem saved that Cardston wrote in grade school.
I loved that poem.
I know.
You even framed it.
I know.
I need to find it.
It was on your piano till you left Megan's house.
Well, what happened is the glass got broke
Yeah.
in the frame, and then I put it somewhere to get new glass. And
Somewhere safe.
Somewhere safe. We'd all do it.
I'm not even gonna say what I'm looking for right now that's safe, and it's driving me bonkers.
What?
A doll for Hazel.
Oh, a present for Hazel. That's funny.
I have been looking right and left, and I can't find
I
it.
have a few things like that that's bonking me out too. Where did I put it? Where did I put it?
It drives me crazy.
Do you write every day?
No, and a writer should write every day.
Mm-hmm.
I thought when I retired I would really be writing, but then I got called to be the Relief Society president, and then
But you're out now.
I'm out, and I need to just. It's such a discipline,
It's a discipline.
and
You know, one thing I read about like art, like I hate that I don't know how to paint. I always attempt it. I buy all the supplies because both my grandmas painted, you painted. I'm like, I can surely paint, and I just cannot paint at all. I try, and it just does not come naturally to me. But I read that like most artists, there's a lot of gifted naturally, but it's like anything. It's practice. It's practice,
Just
practice,
doesn't come
practice.
naturally.
I
I bet
didn't
that's
play
how
the
writing
piano
is.
by ear. I didn't play the piano by ear ever in my life, but I practiced and I practiced and I practiced and I practiced, and then I became good at the piano. But I think everything's
There's
like
very
that.
few things in life that people just naturally.
We all assume that the people who are out there doing it, it's just like they picked it up. But I think there's more often than not, it's a practice.
it's
vigilant thing.
90% practice and 10% talent. I
Yeah.
believe that. I'm not a painter. I was a toll painter, which was painting in between the lines.
No, I know, but just even doing that is not my strong suit. And I feel like most artistic things I can pick up. I taught myself how to weave. I taught myself how to sew. I taught myself how to crochet. I taught myself how to do so many things. But painting just feels very foreign to me. A paintbrush in my hand, just it doesn't work. But I'm like, I guess when I have time, if I practice and practice, it might come. But right now, it just
You did good when we did your birthday out in the greenhouse.
yeah, but I tried to do the freehand style that you guys had
Mhm.
done, and it looked like crap.
Really?
Absolute crap.
That shocks me.
Yeah, yours looked amazing. You just, because you didn't overthink it, you just went for it full throttle, and I think you have to have a little bit of, but it's also like I go back to the things that I know that I can do, like these things that I'm making my friends. I'm teaching myself things I've never done in my life with crochet, like tapestry crochet, mosaic crochet, different things. And even if I can't figure it out and the term makes absolutely no sense to me, I don't even get stressed. I just figure it out. Like I look it up, I watch a YouTube video, I figure out how to do it. Like it was a front post double crochet, which I'm like, what the heck does this mean? But it didn't stress me out at all. Figured it out, and
that would stress me
it makes
out.
the crochet look like knitting almost. It's really cool. But if that had been a painting term, I would have immediately been like, I can't do this. Throw my hands up. So, but I think writing, because you do write, if you started writing every day, all the stuff would flow like that. I think it's the process of like just starting.
Making yourself do it every day.
You know that book you got me for my birthday that you want me to write in every day? It's been driving me crazy because now my hands kind of tremor, and my writings are so sloppy. It's driving me crazy.
I didn't think of that.
And
You wish you could just write more steadily.
more steadily.
I
and-
bet you could if you did it more.
Well,
Might be good for your hands.
I'll do
Trevor.
this thing when I get big on my journaling. Like I'll have a couple months where I'm really good at my journaling and my handwriting gets really, really good. And then I stop, and then my handwriting is crap. It's like I have to retrain my brain to slow down and write. But it's a matter of writing every day, which is hard to do.
Dr. Brimhall said it's just a tremor, and there's medicine you can take for a tremor. but I don't know if I want to go on another medication.
Like put it on my tab.
Yeah,
Put it in the apple.
it's just a, you know, I can steady my hand like this.
Mhm.
It's just when it's like that.
Well, I wonder if it'd be good and help it at all, or if it would not make any
He said it'll
difference.
help it. It'll stop it.
No, not the medicine. I wonder if using it, like she said, just practicing it,
Yeah,
Just
if your hand would get
writing
steadier
every
or
day.
not.
If it would get steadier, the muscles
I
will build
should,
back
I
up.
should try.
Do you have this dream or this goal to be like a published, or is this just a personal?
You know what I would like to be? I would like to be so good, but anonymous. I would like to be like everybody
Like a pen
loved,
name?
like everybody absolutely loved my writing, but they didn't know it was me.
You had like a nom de plume.
Hmm
That's random. I wouldn't have thought that. Give me the
What
fame.
would your nom de plume name be?
I don't know, Fanny Bryce.
I can say Fannie Mae. I'm like, wow, you're going to real estate, but okay.
I love it.
I don't know what, but it would just be cool to not, you know.
What are your thoughts on Audible? I would love you to pay someone to do the Audible.
I would too. I need to do that, but to have someone do a Native American voice.
You'd have to find
Well,
them.
you would need to pay a Native American to do the entire book
Yes.
Mhm,
to make it sound and feel authentic.
mhm.
I'm sure you could find someone else.
Absolutely.
That could do the Native American
Just
and the
like-
white girl,
Yeah.
both.
I would rather have it be
The Native
The
American
native.
right.
uh-huh,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine. It's like when a woman's narrating and then pretends to be a man.
Yeah,
Same thing.
yeah.
I would love you to do that because I love my Audible.
Audiobooks really are accessible to all.
I know. I need to do that. It's daunting to me to think of finding somebody,
I
but
think there's a place like where
There's
Lorraine
like a
looked for
marketplace.
hers.
There's a marketplace where you listen to auditions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's another investment. So yeah, I get it.
Well, if everyone buys her book today, then she'll have the money to do that.
There you go. I like it.
Put you on the path.
Would you say it's your favorite hobby?
writing, it's a discipline and it's hard. I wouldn't say it's favorite. It's not easy.
What's your favorite hobby?
Eating,
Oh, don't say
Okay.
that now. We're all starved.
being with my daughters,
Yes.
doing fun stuff with my daughters is my favorite hobby.
Yes, we are so fun.
Here we are.
Amen. Amen. And Paulita,
Yes.
Throw-
Our imaginary friend Paula.
throw her in the mix too.
Wow.
But yeah. I mean, of course, I like the easy stuff better. Writing is. It's not easy.
Well, I need you to do a social experiment and see if it flows back after you do it for a certain amount of time.
It
I
would.
also think maybe don't put so much pressure on you to write the
The
best
next
thing
book.
every day. Just write to write. Write in your journal. Write. Like
It's
just
a-
I write most days, even, but it's not like it's a book. It's just writing for writing's sake, in a diary or in a planner or in a letter. Like I write a lot of letters
did
to
my
my
planner this
bookstagram
morning.
friends. Just random stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for that, and that's exactly what I need to do. I write some days, but
Well, I'm
Have
sure
you
when
thought
I-
about getting a typewriter, like an electronic
I
typewriter?
used to have one. I
I
don't know
remember it.
I don't know what happened to it.
Well, either.
You might have an electronic typewriter in the basement
It's probably
somewhere.
in the
It's not in
basement.
there. We just cleaned out the storeroom.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you 100% sure?
After we cleaned
I
it out
want
like
an
last week.
electric typewriter more than I can even begin to
It's
describe.
probably 40 years
I
old.
I don't
remember
care.
it.
That's what I want. I'm dying. Like I look on eBay probably every day for an electric typewriter.
Who knows what happened to
I
it?
don't know either. Well, you got Dad and David who are tossers, so
Yeah.
It's not in the storeroom.
Kim probably
it out last
tossed it
week.
when I didn't know.
Dang it, Kim.
That guy, he makes me so mad. It just makes me mad thinking about everything he's tossed.
I'm more of a tosser now. David
I'm
was
a
at first,
tosser
and now
too,
I am
so
too.
I can't. But if anyone out there has an electric typewriter that they just want to get rid of, please, for the love, give
Slide
it to
into
me.
Jackie's DMs.
I want one so bad, but they're hard to find for affordable, and I just need one in good shape that I can just tic tac away on.
So you're thinking a new way of approaching writing would get her inspired.
Yeah, maybe write. If your hands shake, bag that. Get yourself a computer or typewriter, but not a computer. Computer too distracting. You have to get a typewriter that only can type, and you have to put your phone away, and you have to devote 30 minutes to just sitting there typing.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't do it. So well done, both of you.
Oh, I would. If I had an
I
electric,
wrote my meals in my planner.
if I
this
had
week,
an
and that was
electric
it.
typewriter, I would be writing so much journal writing every day, just because I love to type and I love.
I got the only award I ever got, which I've told you before, was the outstanding typist in the 8th
Then
grade.
get yourself a typewriter, and then when you don't use it, I'll come get it and steal it.
And I'll never see it again.
Okay, I love it though. Everyone, please buy our mom's book and tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put the
Yeah.
link on her.
Maybe we could do a book club
Instagram.
with it sometime. I still want to do like a Pop Run Radio book club. Sand Beneath My Feet. So the premise of it is like, give us a little synopsis.
It's a story about a white girl that is forced to move to California because her dad gets it
From
from California to Holbrook, Arizona, because her dad gets a job there. And she kind of falls for a Native American boy that's really smart, and she's really smart. And he kind of has a girl that he's grown up with, that they're kind of tied together. And they're kind of bound together, and it's kind of a triangle. And it was kind of an episode, just a year of their life. And
Nice. I've read it. It's good.
At Holbrook High School.
at Holbrook High School in Holbrook, Arizona,
Love it.
you'll learn a lot about the Navajo culture.
Yeah. So what's your shallow thing for this week, peeps? Peeps of
Is
mine.
yours ready?
Mine's kind of random, but I guess I'm on a beef cure-all. I don't know, but I ordered. Have you guys heard of that beef tallow honey?
I have. Is it good?
I don't know. I just have wanted it for a long time, but I haven't been able to find it for a good price. So I decided to search it on Amazon, and I found something that's completely organic that had a lot of good reviews. And I'm going to try it and see if it makes me look like I'm 30 instead
what
of
it's supposed to
41.
do?
No, it's just supposed to be really good, for way better than the chemical crap we all put on our face.
Well, I'll take looking like I'm 50.
Right? I was just looking at how good your skin looks. Whatever you're doing is working, because it looks better than it did a year ago.
Does it?
Yes. And I want to know, like, I already know what you're doing, but maybe I need to know how much it costs. Because it looks really good. I'm just sitting here checking you out this whole podcast.
Thank you.
So that's my shallow thing. I'm going to try the beef tallow face hoopla, and I'll report.
I've been wondering if it's.
You know what I'm talking about. Like
Yeah.
the cold pressed olive oil plus honey and beef tallow, and it's supposed to like.
I'm just glad that steer out of our pasture is gone. That steer was crazier.
Did you know that Roy Owens is the one doing it? And he
Yes.
said that's the most wild steer I've ever had in my life to take care of.
Why
take
was
care.
this so wild?
Oh well, every
It's
night
been-
it would just be like.
So
just
we're all gonna get mad. Just
It
kidding.
was
No,
just
he just was a
bellow.
wild cow.
I know it was crazier than a hoot owl. It would just bellow all night long, just
Wow.
like a crate. It was
It
like
hopped fences. It's just wild.
it was like a
But Roy
bipolar.
Owens thought
It was like
it
a
was the hardest he's ever done.
maniac steer. I've
Why didn't
never.
he just kill it quickly?
I think he tried.
Diablo.
This is not the original chill steer. We weren't kidding when we said he's a wild steer. He said he was correct.
I know. I knew it was crazy.
I know.
I would lay there in bed and say, Kim, that steer is nuts.
Pikachu.
That is
We
like
can't
a-
overtalk the steer. I won't be able to eat the steer, so we better wrap the steer talk.
I keep saying, "What? Quit being so cuckoo cuckoo." And finally, Hazel came into me the other day, and she goes, "I'm not cuckoo cuckoo." She's learned the name cuckoo cuckoo.
Oh, I do cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, not
I love
cuckoo
it.
chew.
What's your shallow thing?
Friday I went to the eye doctor, so I was going to go to work an hour late, and then they called and said the doctor's daughter came in, so
You're
go home. So I went home and just had a fun day yesterday.
Did a bunch of laundry.
Did laundry, went on a pop run.
Did you watch the Candace Owens podcast?
because I have
knew
family
you
in.
wouldn't.
I will.
When you go back to work in 5 minutes, I need to discuss this with you. It's important.
I know. Well, David's meeting with clients right now, so maybe now's a good time.
Good plan. What's yours, Mom?
She just said
What?
the cow. You
Oh,
gonna do
yeah.
another shot?
Watching Asher play basketball and Liam, but Asher is just so good and so fun to watch because he's just
Love him and his monkey arms running down.
He's just a crack up to me.
This is his last month of it, so
This
everyone's
is-
soaking in and
It's just fun to have a grandson
yeah,
play.
yeah, I love to watch him play too. So.
Pure entertainment. And you know what? It's funner to watch grandkids than your own kids because you don't have to be uptight.
You don't have
Mhm.
to worry if they play or not.
Yeah, you don't have to be uptight. I was always so nervous when my kids were playing.
Mhm.
And my grandkids, I'm just like chilled out and enjoying
Enjoy
it.
the show.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Everyone, please come to their game on Valentine's Day. Bring your date. It's at home at 7:00.
It's at home.
Please come and watch them because we need all the support. We're playing number 23 Santan Foothills, and then the next week all the people from the Copper League will come down and we'll all start playing again together. But come, it'll be fun.
All right.
Okay,
Peace
thanks.
out.
Bye.